Today we're in Canary Wharf, better known for its glass office buildings than its laboratory space, visiting 17 Columbus Courtyard. This is an £80 million retrofit of existing office space, turning it into CL2 laboratory space. We're halfway through the scheme, so today we're going to go behind the hoardings to meet the team that are delivering this project. It's tight site logistics, huge facade replacement, so let's go and find out how they're getting on. In terms of Canary Wharf, where are we?
So we're currently standing sort of south of the North Dock, so below us is North Dock, just close by West India Quay there. You've got the new Elizabeth line just ahead of you over that side. Canary Wharf, Cabot Square is just behind this building, so we're in the heart of Canary Wharf really.
So tell me where we are today and a rough scope of works.
So this is 17 Columbus Courtyard in Canary Wharf. We've removed the cladding, renewing the cladding. It's a full remodel of the existing structure, so to remodel the floor plates. And then it's a complete new fit out, including lifts, MEP, and fit out of the floor plates to a 60-40 split. So we've got lab space at the west end of the building and then office right-up space at this end of the building with the views out over the dock.
When you say lab space, like in my head, I go straight to being back at school and it was long benches, Bunsen burners and test tubes. What is lab space? What is it going to be in there? What sort of stuff?
So it's life sciences, and I think it probably would look quite like your school lab space. You know, we have some specialist equipment that we've got installed, specialist FF&E. You've got extraction fumes and stuff like that, but I guess it all depends on what's going on in that certain lab floors.
Okay, so someone could think, I've got a great idea, I want to test it out. So there's going to be technology that's installed in the lower floors that is ready for them to use. It's accessible, they can use it straight away.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
All of the mechanical and electrical equipment will be installed for them on the lower floors, but not the upper floors. So
and then downstairs, sort of on the floor where all the pedestrians and everything are, that's actually going to still be quite in keeping with Canary Wharf because it's a really vibrant area.
The way that they've designed that ground floor is quite in keep with what else we've got going on in Canary Wharf. So like I say, we've got a lovely bar area that we're going to be installing. You've got that community space that you can walk in and sit down and have a drink, have a bite to eat, etc. So yeah, it's definitely, and with a great view of the North Dock as well. So you can walk out onto the terrace, look at the North Dock, and yeah. Alright, I think we'll head down to the next floor because I do believe it's less windy on that floor. So what you'll find is on the south elevation we're progressing the window installation and the shrouds as I just explained there. So a lot of that draft coming from the south isn't coming through the building.
Oh, it's like summer in here now.
Yeah, no,
it's lovely.
not. It's still not.
No, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad.
DRG obviously doing the facade installation. They assemble the. Oh, I can show you a shroud.
Show me a shroud. What is a shroud?
There you go. Here's your shrouds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the internal, external bit of a window.
Correct. Yeah. It's like a giant window reveal.
Yeah. Okay.
So window shrouds are lifted from the floor or 2 floors above.
Okay.
And then they're lowered down, placed into place. So there'll be operatives that are working off of the cradles externally, fitting the window shrouds.
And the people are on the cradle on the outside, and they're the ones fitting it, getting it in.
Correct. Yeah.
They're very brave.
They are very brave. Yeah. Yeah. I had to go up on the cradle once. It was okay. It was pretty windy that day as well. So.
Yeah. It's not my job. So are they, I'm assuming they're on like a timeline of when each shroud's got to be built for, so that it can all be planned out.
Correct,
and all in order.
Yeah, so they're sticking to their programme, working on certain levels, and obviously with the fit out, we're trying to progress certain floors, so the lower floors where we've got more heavy lab spaces and office space, want to progress those floors quicker than we progress the upper floors. So as you go down the building, you'll notice that the windows have been installed to the south and east elevation a lot quicker than they have up here.
Okay.
if we was to get any water ingress, it would likely hit these floors, like level 8 and level 7, whereas the lower floors are dry, so we can progress a lot more works, whilst the works on the roof and facade are progressing.
And is that where the more expensive kit is downstairs as well?
Yeah, definitely.
So you don't want that rained on?
Yeah, so at the moment, as it stands, there isn't any lab fit out on this floor, as well as the floor below, so left open plan for the end user to choose how they want to lay out the lab spaces and office space.
I can tell the windows are in.
It's nice.
It's a lot warmer. You look from a logistics, it's as tight as a size you're going to get.
Fortunately for us, we've got a logistics team here that stick to a very, very strict delivery management system. So we have time slots for each subcontractor that they can book throughout the day. As well as that, obviously, you explain the hoist operations. So we've got 2 hoists. We've got an internal hoist and external hoist that manage the vertical distribution of materials and people. In terms of craneage, we've had to work quite closely with Canary Wharf to obtain permits and in some cases road closures to get some of that major plant up and down the building, mainly up to the level 9 and level 10 roof plant spaces. It has been a challenge, but you know, we are managing and we're getting what we need to get into the building.
In terms of the services, have they had to be upscaled because of what's happening here?
So the biggest challenge is around maximum flexibility. So again, our client is talking to the market at the moment and looking at with leasing agents on what the potential tenants will want from these spaces. But at the moment, the infrastructure is designed to enable like 60-40 split of lab space, the lab space, office waiting space.
So you're almost working backwards. So like if it was a new build, that would almost be the heart, the foundation, and you'd build out around it.
Yeah, exactly that. So if you were building a new structure from the start, you would design your MEP and you would coordinate the structure and all the steel beams with your services and what you intend to build. With a retrofit, we were having to work around the existing structure, so all the services and the coordination of the services around the existing structure has been a real challenge to get them all in and again maximising that lettable area for the clients.
So, what's this?
So what you can see here is a series of air handling units that were lifted into place, you know, by crane, by mobile crane on the lower ground floor. So the AHUs are really the backbone of the building's ventilation system. That combined with the chillers and other heavy plant or M&E plant on the project are up in these higher levels. You know, once commissioned and in use, they bring the building to life.
So on all of our schemes, we want to give back to the communities we're working in. What in particular are we doing here at 17 Columbus Courtyard?
So we're working with numerous local support groups across Canary Wharf and Tower Hamlets. We obviously have a corporate responsibility plan, and a knowledge quad is a prime example of some of the things that we're doing to give back to the community, giving them our time as well as experience.
And so it's like a construction classroom. So if students from a local college want to come and use it to learn about plumbing or bricklaying, our supply chain can host in there and take them through what they need to do, apprenticeships, all that sort of thing.
So there's a number of groups that are set up and they visit this knowledge quad every couple of weeks. The room's full of students, pupils that are doing different or various types of training. So next week we've got a groundworks boot camp, so where some of the students and work experience come in and they learn about groundworks, civils, etc. You know, it's really nice to be able to give that back to the community in a sense, and the knowledge quad, again, it's always busy. It's great to use it.
So on a project of this scale, I think today there's over 200 operatives on site. You've got about 27 trades. What kind of opportunities does a project of this scale bring?
So So it brings loads of opportunities for young people. So in the Morgan Sindall team, we've got a number of trainees that are working in design, in MEP, in quantity surveying. But among them 27 subcontractors that we've currently got on the project, they've also got apprentices and a project this scale just gives loads of opportunity to experience all the different elements of the building.
There's a lot of work from home these days, particularly from offices, which is why I suppose there's quite a lot of this repurposing going on. There is quite a lot of buildings here who could do the same. I'm not saying it's simple, I'm not saying all the measures you're doing are easy, but it would be quite easy to turn a lot of office buildings into lab space.
I think you're seeing a lot more of it in Canary Wharf, especially a lot of these buildings being repurposed. I mean, originally Canary Wharf I think was mainly finance-based and office space, so I think a lot of the buildings here are now being repurposed, or at least a few of them, and I think this is probably going to be a great example on how you can repurpose an existing building from an office space to, say, a science lab space. I think that's quite important for people to see as well, and I think they'll probably maybe encourage certain clients or people or investors to do the same.
So there you have it. That is 17 Columbus Courtyard. It's a retrofit first and a lab second, and it really is a sign of how Canary Wharf is changing its business options. This is really how you repurpose the fabric of a building rather than replace it.